What's up, risk managers? My name is Nasdaq Anonymous, and I'm addicted to the NQ. And boy, is she one hell of a drug. And welcome to tonight's NA meeting, where we'll discuss the economic data for the week, analyze today's session, and from that, build a winning game plan for tomorrow's price action. And if you haven't done so already, you can show your support by subscribing to the channel. And with that said, let's jump into the charts now. This is tomorrow's data. Be mindful that all times are in Central Time. And we have a small block of news scheduled for tomorrow, so let's jump into it. At 7:30, we have CPI, and at 9:30, we have some crude news. And now that we know what to expect, let's jump into the charts and create a game plan for tomorrow's price action. This is the block of price action that we traded during today's stream, and today was definitely a trend day. And as I analyze the charts, I see about 3 clues that's going to be essential for helping us find the best trades going into tomorrow's session. So let's jump into it. During the overnight session, the market opened and traded in a tight range before breaking out and trading 160 points to the upside, taking out Monday's highs. However, after price swept the liquidity above Monday's highs, it formed a 2-legged pullback into an area of support where the market rallied 443 points to the upside. And towards the end of the session, the market did form this double top where the bears were able to sell price down. However, the bulls found support and pushed the Nasdaq to new highs going into the close of the session. And based on this price action, here's what I'm going to be looking for. So today, the market got the data from the PPI release. We saw this massive rally, this trend going into the end of the session. And usually PPI is released after CPI. And so I'm not surprised that we got this massive move based on the data, which would suggest that tomorrow's data on CPI might show that inflation may be cooling. And if the data does show that inflation is cooling and that we're getting closer to that 2% goal made by the Fed, we could see an additional run up going into tomorrow's stream. Now, for the overnight, if we do see a pullback, I'm looking for the market to trade into a range between 1925 and 19,000. And if the bulls fail to protect this area and the bears manage to push price down, I'm going to be looking at this range around 940 and 915. But I don't expect for the bears to break out of this range, not until we get the release from CPI. So I do expect for the market to play around within this big range. Now, if we do see a continuation overnight, I'm looking for the market to trade into an area between 177 and 155. Here, if price does manage to break out and we do get to that level of 177 to 155, I do believe the bears will come in and we will see a slight pullback. However, I do not expect the market to make any major moves until we get the official release of CPI. So the price action overnight and the CPI release is definitely going to be essential going into tomorrow's stream. Now, if you're enjoying the content and appreciate the value that me and my trading partner provides to the trading community, make sure you're subscribed to the channel and hit that notification bell so you don't miss the release of our next NA meeting and live streams. And with that said, let's jump into an ES chart. This is an ES chart, and this is the block of price action that we traded during today's stream. And just like the NQ, the ES opened trading in a tight range before breaking 36 points to the upside, taking out Monday's highs. However, after sweeping the liquidity above Monday's highs, the market formed a 2-legged pullback into this area of support where the market rallied 91 points to the upside. And just like the NQ, the bears were able to get a slight pullback. However, the bulls bought right into support and pushed the ES into new highs into the end of the session. And based on this price action, here's what I'm going to be looking for. So on the ES, I do expect that we will get a pullback on the ES, but I'm going to be looking at a range between 440 and 435. I expect if price does pull back into this equilibrium range, we could see a reaction and price trading back up to the upside. Now, if the market does trade back into this range, I'm going to be looking for an area between 420 and 415. So if we do get downside, I don't expect for price to trade past these ranges. Now, if we do see a breakout overnight and price begins to trend to the upside, I'm looking at a range between 471 and 475. And this is where I believe if price does trade into this area, we could see a slight pullback. But again, we have CPI tomorrow, and that's going to be the market mover going into tomorrow. So depending on how the market reacts, we'll have a better idea of how we should take on tomorrow's price action. And in summary, both markets traded in a range before breaking out to the upside. Both markets trended after the release of PPI. And finally, CPI will release at 7:30 Central Time. And based on the data, the market will be making a big move tomorrow. And that's all I have for tonight, risk managers. And you can watch us trade these concepts live by clicking this video. We'll see you there.